Aryna Sabalenka is still rueing because of Coco Gauff, says Martina Navratilova. It wasn't that Coco played out of this world. Aryna Sabalenka admitted in June after falling to Coco Gauff in the Roland Garros final, pointing to the 70-plus unforced errors that haunted her game. Fans erupted online, criticizing what they saw as a lapse in sportsmanship, a sentiment Sabalenka herself later called completely unprofessional. Before Wimbledon, the defeat lingered, leaving her visibly broken on court, struggling even to finish her trophy ceremony speech. Yet, after conquering the US Open later that year, Sabalenka's focus shifted. As the WTA Finals approach, Martina Navratilova now reveals that Coco Gauff's shadow continues to haunt Sabalenka, a relentless reminder of the battles still to come. Martina Navratilova, an 8-time WTA Finals champion, nearly double the victories of any other player, shared her insights on Aryna Sabalenka ahead of Riyadh. Incredibly consistent and excellent. One major win, 2 finals and a semi-final. She was only 3 or 4 matches from winning the Grand Slam. Her consistency is not to be underestimated, Navratilova said, highlighting Sabalenka's remarkable run this season across the Australian Open, French Open, and US Open, as well as her Wimbledon semi-final loss to Amanda Anisimova. Her words painted a portrait of a player whose season-long discipline and mental toughness make her a formidable contender. There are so many players you can lose to these days, you have to be on your game at all times, and she was. Navratilova continued. She praised Sabalenka's ability to peak for all the majors, noting, "She's still ruining the French Open more than anything. She could have won that match against Coco Gauff. But she bounced back and reached the semifinals at Wimbledon, where she was beaten by Amanda Anisimova rather than beating herself. Then she won the US Open pretty decisively." The remarks underscored Sabalenka's resilience, the ability to turn disappointment into motivation and maintain focus under relentless pressure. On the technical front, Navratilova emphasized Sabalenka's lethal versatility. She's the heavy favorite on any surface, but particularly on a medium-pace hard court where you get a solid bounce and good footing. She said, "Her shots pay off on any surface, and she has enough time to get into position. It's fast enough for her to do damage, and slow enough for her to prepare for her shots. She's deadly on this stuff." The Icon's analysis highlighted the Belarusian's combination of timing, power, and strategic positioning, attributes that make her one of the most dangerous players on tour. Sabalenka enters Riyadh leading the WTA race with 9,990 points for the season, positioning herself to potentially secure back-to-back year-end world number 1 finishes. A 2-time champion at both the US Open and Australian Open, the WTA Finals remains arguably the crown jewel she has yet to claim outside Roland Garros and Wimbledon. Her consistency is evident. She has qualified for the WTA Finals every year since 2021, with her best result being a runner-up finish to Caroline Garcia in Fort Worth in 2022. Last season in Riyadh, Sabalenka dominated her round-robin group, winning 2 of her 3 matches, before falling to eventual champion Coco Gauff in the semifinals. This year, the field is set following Elena Rybakina's recent qualification, and Sabalenka is slated as the top seed in her first tournament since her Wuhan Open semifinal defeat. Expectations are high, and all eyes will be on her as she aims to convert her season-long momentum into a WTA Finals title. As the road to Riyadh intensifies, the journey has taken its toll, but Sabalenka's love for the game remains unwavering. Her relentless dedication, focus under pressure, and sheer joy in competing have defined her season. On the court, she has fought, learned, and evolved, ready to chase glory once more as she steps into the desert lights, poised to leave an indelible mark on the WTA Finals. Aryna Sabalenka opens up on how tennis has transformed her life after a sudden tragedy. The WTA World number 1 Aryna Sabalenka was in Hong Kong on October 14 for The Wisdom of Champions, a Prudential Next Gen Aces session featuring tennis legend Andre Agassi. The initiative aims to inspire young athletes by connecting them with champions who share their journeys, motivation, and hard-earned lessons. And there is perhaps no one better than Sabalenka to convey that message, as she has turned her own hardships into a driving force on the court. In a tweet shared by Livy Frumperis that day, Sabalenka opened up about how her father's passing reshaped her relationship with tennis. For me, tennis became something bigger when I lost my father, the four-time Grand Slam champion said. So I just want to see how far I can get in this sport, and I want to inspire the next generation. Her father died of meningitis in 2019 at just 43, when Sabalenka was 21 and navigating life as a rising professional. The tragedy could have broken her, but instead, it forged a vision. Tennis became more than a career, it became her mission, a way to honor her father's memory and leave a lasting legacy. Every match, every point, became a testament to resilience and purpose. With the WTA Finals looming, Sabalenka is ready to translate that resolve into results. The tournament will feature the 8 best players in the world, promising fierce competition and high stakes. But Sabalenka is undeterred. Her journey, shaped by loss and ambition, has prepared her for moments like this. She is not just chasing trophies, she is chasing impact, inspiration, and a legacy that transcends the court. The 2023 US Open final between Sabalenka and Gauff was more than a generational clash. It was a collision of willpower. Sabalenka entered as the newly crowned world number 1, her power game at its destructive best, her mental composure seemingly maturing after years of volatility. Gauff, just 19, was riding a summer of destiny. It was youth versus experience, athleticism versus aggression, belief versus brute force. Sabalenka took the first set with her usual authority, piercing ground strokes, serves that echoed through Arthur Ashe Stadium, and a glare that could melt the baseline paint. But then came Gauff's metamorphosis. The young American began running down every ball, turning defense into weaponry. The crowd shifted behind her. And slowly, Sabalenka's control began to crack. When Gauff completed her comeback, winning 2-6, 6-3, 6-2, the eruption was thunderous. Gauff knelt on the court, overwhelmed. Sabalenka clapped for her opponent but later smashed her racket in the locker room, an act of frustration that revealed just how much the loss hurt. Navratilova's take. She's still thinking about it. Martina Navratilova, never one to sugarcoat, later said in an interview that Sabalenka hasn't fully moved past that night. Aryna is still rueing that loss to Coco. She explained. It's not just that she lost, it's how she lost. She had the match in her hands, and she let it go. That kind of memory sticks.